Hey everyone, I lied. In the last video, I said that I would be posting much more regularly since I finished all this work stuff, and I definitely have not. But for good reason. I had a few really good life things kind of happen, so I had to kind of take care of all that. But now, I think I'll have more time to make these videos and stuff. So I have a huge backlog of videos I want to post. But yeah, anyways, in this video, we'll be talking about the state of tanks. And I also want to make an overall season 10 kind of review video, or kind of like a looking back at season 10 video since the season's about to be over. But yeah, state of tanks is probably something that's easier for me to speak about since I mainly play tank, and it's kind of something I do every season anyways. I think it's kind of customary for everybody to do this. Mainly because of all the controversy surrounding the tank role because of the 5v5 and 6v6 debate. So yeah, in short, I think everyone can agree that playing tank right now kind of sucks. Like, it's gotten to the point where even I've been playing DPS much more than tanks, which is kind of weird if you think about it, because the whole reason why we have one tank now was because we didn't have enough people playing tanks. But now that playing tank sucks, I would imagine there's less people playing tanks like me. So now, if the role is so miserable that less people want to play it, does that just kind of cause the same problem that they were trying to avoid in the first place? Because at the moment, I really can't say. This is probably the overall, like, this is the most I don't like playing tank currently. Outside of this is the first time outside of just a character being insanely OP, right? I remember when what's his name? When Roadhog was super powerful and oppressive, and when Ramatra, no, was it Ramatra? No, not Ramatra. When Mauga was insanely powerful and oppressive, and I was like, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm not playing this. Now it's actually just the format, or actually, I guess we could split it up into like 4 different categories of why tank kind of sucks right now. The first reason is, if you're playing well as a tank, nobody really notices, right? You're just kind of seen as playing normally. But if you mess up once or make like a single tiny mistake, everyone notices. Everyone, your whole team starts yelling at you, saying that you're not, taking space for the DPS to do damage, and support gets mad at you because they're being dived on and they need protection because they still haven't gotten into the Overwatch 2 mindset of protect yourself. And it's effectively a stalling game of which tank could kind of live the longest. Because you're looking at the enemy tank and he's looking at you, and you guys both know y'all ain't gonna do shit. You're just gonna keep mirroring each other until somebody in your team somewhere gets a pick, and then kind of snowball from there. But you're just kind of there because you know that you yourself, you're not gonna be killing anything. You're not kind of. Well, I guess that's another topic, but should tanks even be able to kill stuff? I would say that, yesterday? I think yesterday I was playing, I went to this game, it was Push. I think it was on the American map, or I think it was, whatever, doesn't matter. I was playing as Doomfist, and the enemy, they chose Mauga, which is another problem with the game, because Mauga is actually viable, and that sucks. But he plays Mauga. I instantly switched to Sigma, and I'm blocking off his attacks with my shield. I'm absorbing all his attacks with my absorption vortex thing. I'm consistently hitting him with rocks and all that. So he's not healing anymore, like through his abilities. But I still can't kill him. I still can't. There's just so much healing being pumped into him, and there's just so many abilities, and it's just kind of like I'm not dying either. Granted. Like, it's really like I was just there to be, I guess, a wall for my team to be able to do damage. But, there's like no cohesion. Because, yeah, there's like no synergy with the team. I'm trying to make all the space up front. Everybody's kind of going around doing their own thing. I know as a tank, there's not much I'm going to be able to do by myself, or else I'm just going to die. Supports, they're supporting me, but, they get distracted sometimes and they decide to go fight because support can do everything. Like, it's just a little frustrating. It's really like I'm just there to distract, and somebody's gonna take advantage of, I guess, the space I'm making. But at the same time, or like if nobody's dying, your team again gets on you. Like, why aren't you, killing anything? They consider taking space as killing something, which is true, but not necessarily, right? You could also just take space without killing anybody. And it's like you can't even, unless you counter so hard, like you can't even just counter swap in tank anymore, right? I don't know if this is another category. I'm just gonna leave it in this category, but you can't just counter swap to like fight another tank, because now it's like your whole team needs to swap in order to take down a tank, and many people still haven't realized that. So if you're, I was a Doomfist and it was a Mauga, and I switched to Sigma, and then it's still not enough. Like the whole team needs to switch. Like you need the Ana to like sleep or what's the other thing, or nade him. But your team doesn't understand that. Like, I think a lot of people, the vast majority of players still think that it's just, still just rock, paper, scissors with your tank. But it's like the tank and like the whole team. And it just overall just kind of sucks. So yeah, I think I'm going to make this number 2. Like, the game has evolved again, because this wasn't the case a few seasons ago. Maybe started in season 9. I'm not sure, but it's definitely much more the case now, and I don't think people have seen it yet. So maybe we're in a weird transitional phase, but it's definitely, now more of an entire team needs to kind of get better at dealing with the tank, right? So like if you have like a Diva or like an Orisa playing against Orisa, sucks. Oh my gosh, because she doesn't let you play the game. You just kind of stand there, kind of like you do now, but like worse. But yeah, like if you have a Diva or an Orisa, just have the whole team switch to like a laser comp. They got Zarya, and you got Echo, and you got what's the name of that girl? Symmetra. And I guess this kind of leads into point number 3, where probably my biggest gripe of playing tank right now. Although the last 2 were also very significant, but the big gripe I have right now is that Mauga and Hog are viable, which is always just bad for the game. This problem with Overwatch is one of that will always boggle my mind. Like, I simply do not understand how the devs don't understand how bad these 2 characters are when they're viable. Like, everybody's miserable. Like, objectively, everyone's miserable besides the people who play those characters. But even the ones who play those characters don't want to defend those characters, right? I've never seen a Mauga player defend Mauga that he's fair, right? They're just like, oh, just get good or blah. Like, it's never, well, actually, he's weak in this way. No, Mauga just sucks to play against, because all his stuff is available all the time just by shooting, and it's dumb. And what's more annoying isn't even that how broken they are, or it's not that I want them to be unplayable or anything like that. Well, I wouldn't mind, right? I don't think I would care. I don't think most people would care. But it's that they've tried so many reworks that have done nothing, absolutely nothing to fix the problems that they're trying to fix, right? And I guess this also goes to what's his name, to Ball, right? They reworked Ball and nothing really changed about him. Just he can do more things now, but his gameplay like didn't change at all, right? They're like, want him to play more with the team, but they didn't give him anything to kind of make the team play with him. Like the shields, I guess, but that's not an engaging an engagement tool for your team. Like what's her name, like Junker Queen has her shout that gives everybody speed and HP so they can go in with her, right? Giving people health when you go in is only good after you've already engaged, so that's stupid. But also, like, for example, Hook literally has his one shot back, right? Roadhog has his one shot back, and this entire thing where they were talking about it, they teased certain things, they like did a little trial run and everything, and he still just has it again. Like, it's so silly. And so I guess this last one isn't really a point, but just kind of an overall thought. I don't know, maybe I'll make it number 4, who knows. But the most frustrating thing about everything I listed is that it's all because of the 5v5 format. But like this debate is so tiring and frustrating, and I think I have a pretty decent video on it already. I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I just know all these problems are literally just because of the 5v5 format. And I don't know. Maybe if they made tank funner to play, more people would play tank, and they wouldn't have the problem not enough people wanting to play tank. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure they looked into it, and it's pretty arbitrary or abstract to just say, hey, just make it funner. Like how would you make it funner? But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know, but I don't want to get into that topic. Anyways, I guess that's it for this video. It's pretty short and sweet, because I do have a lot of videos I want to post. I have like maybe 7 things that I kind of already have prepared. Well, the videos aren't ready yet, but that I know I want to talk about. So, stay tuned, y'all. And, I mean, I still play tank here and there, but I've been playing much more DPS. Like, I'm all about Echo. I'm all about Tracer. I was trying to put in the time to play Venture, but I need to get, like, Tracer has such a high skill ceiling to her that I want to get really good at her before I move on to anybody else. Echo too. So, because they have the dynamic feel. So maybe later on I'll get to Venture. But yeah, I guess, yeah, I think that's it for this video. So let me know what you think, whether you think my opinions are stupid, if I'm just a complainer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a message for the algorithm, and also don't forget, I love you. Also, everyone, guess what? I wrote a book. It's a high fantasy young adult adventure based off of African mythology called Konfaga, Roots of a Very Old Tree. So if you like your grandiose adventure stories with an overarching mystery to be solved and theorized around, like Dark Souls or One Piece, I think you'll have fun with this one. So yeah, here's an ad for the book. Konfaga, Roots of a Very Old Tree, a high fantasy young adult book with a modern take on African mythology. After a mysterious confrontation with his father at school, Marcus Jobda finds himself in the land of Kara. With a small band of determined adventurers and a robust magic system he must quickly learn, Marcus begins his search for his family, a way home, and simultaneously tries to discover the mystery of the disappearances. From escaping Mamiwara and preventing wars between kingdoms, he'll need every edge his wits can give him to see the next day. However, the more he learns, the less things appear as they seem. But does he really want to go back to his old life? With hundreds of illustrations filled with clues of the history of the world, join Marcus as he attempts to solve this mystery. Konfaga, Roots of a Very Old Tree is available now on Amazon. Link in the description.